I drove around today for a while just to see what I could see and who might be around, and there's no cars in driveways, no lights in windows, nobody walking the streets, no dogs, it's eerie.
Did you ever think you were going to see your city this way?
I never in my life figured we would have to do this.
How hard was it for you then to sign that evacuation order?
Well, signing the evacuation order wasn't the hardest part. I mean, the hardest part was the worry about it having to happen, and the concern was to make sure that we did it in time and not end up with a huge disaster where we had loss of lives and things like that. I mean, touch wood, right now we've had no injuries and everybody is out safe.
I was speaking earlier to some people from Williams Lake who have come here to Kamloops, and obviously they're worried. I'm sure you're hearing from anxious residents as well, and from your own friends and family. Well, what are they telling you?
Well, I think from what I'm hearing anyway, a lot of it is on the social media stuff and whatnot, but I'm sending out regular circulars and whatnot, and to let them know what's going on as much as I can. But everybody that's contacted me are happy, at least, that we did what we did in time, and that there was no loss, and everybody got out safe. I have to say the evacuation went very, very smooth, and I really appreciate the fact that people were patient, they were calm, and they didn't cause any issues along the road.
What are firefighters and other officials telling you about the fire and the weather and what could happen next?
We're at the mercy of the weather, and all we can do is be as prepared as we can.
Can you tell me something about your community? What makes Williams Lake the community that it is?
Well, I think this disaster basically has brought our community even closer together. We always were a close-knit community where neighbors helped neighbors. Somebody needed help, you went and helped them, kind of thing. But this has drawn the community closer together, but it's also drawn our neighboring communities together, and I think it's unfortunate that sometimes disasters have to make us a better place, but I think in this case, at the end of the day, we will even be a better place than we were before this happened.
Mayor, there are those who study these things who say that this kind of situation is going to become the new normal in a sense. What do you say to residents of your community when you hear that?
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. Yes, there's going to be changes. There's always been changes, but I don't know whether I would hate to think that this was going to be the norm. And there's always been changes. There's always things happen in different areas, but they're always in different areas. It's been a fact of life since the beginning of time that different areas have had different disasters, and this happens to be, I guess, our turn.
I guess so, but this year it seems to be happening awfully early in the season.
Yes, it is, and we're probably looking at the smoky weather and the air quality at least till September. In the past, we've always had forest fires in the Caribou ever since I've been here for 60 some odd years. So we've always had smoky issues in the summer. This just happens to be a year where the fires are closer to the city than they ever were before.
To what extent would you say that residents and firefighters are getting the information and the support that they need from government?
Oh, there's no question. We're getting absolute